Yeah, so
in Davao and Cebu.
Yeah, so Davao, things that stand out is they just seem to have a plan to just keep building the infrastructure over there, so it feels like they're really thinking to the present and the future.
Yes.
Whereas Cebu, just not enough. So
Okay.
sometimes I've just walked like 3 kilometers in the rain in Davao because I just gave up after like a
That's
couple
like
hours
a
of
movie,
waiting.
John.
It is a moving, yeah, like crying,
It's like a
walking down
movie.
the road alone in the rain, yeah, something like that.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Wang, and today I am with my friend John. So, hello. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I am fantastic.
Glad to hear it.
If you're confused about Davao and Cebu, where you're gonna live, so John will make it easy for you to decide.
I hope so.
Yes. I hope so as well. So he's gonna tell his experience being in Cebu City and in Davao City. So yes, how long have you been here in the Philippines?
So almost 5 years. I started coming here in 2019 a few times, and then I moved here permanently January 2020.
Okay, you like it?
I love the Philippines.
Okay, that's
Absolutely.
good. Because it's a good sign because you're still here.
That's right. I haven't ran away yet.
You don't move back yet. So tell me about the differences between Davao and Cebu.
There's really a lot. So I got to say, I lived in Cebu a lot more time than Davao. So probably since coming here in 2019, most of that time's been Cebu City, but I've been just living in Davao for about half a year. And I got to say, they're really both so different in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta say in Cebu City, I really love immediately, how friendly the people seem. Everybody's smiling,
Yes.
singing, dancing. It's like
Happy people.
really happy, hospitable. I feel like everybody here is gonna really talk to you very warmly, and if you need directions or you need help with anything, people in Cebu are gonna be so quick to just kind of like reach out and be, so friendly. So that was my impression of the Philippines. I thought
Yes.
that everywhere in the Philippines,
It's like
people
that.
were like that. And that's not necessarily the case. Now that I traveled the Philippines, more, definitely Filipinos are so friendly, kind, respectful. However, Cebu City for me is probably the most friendly place that I've been.
Yes.
That's definitely not to say that there's not other places in the Philippines that are as friendly or even more friendly. I haven't been everywhere, but just my experience so far. Davao, I really love just like how clean it is, how organized it is. You're not going to see trash anywhere. People are really following the rules when driving. It's very organized.
Wow, that's what I like. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a really nice place to live. So I think it really depends what you're looking for. There's great things about both cities. Yeah, I think it really depends what you want. I mean, they're both similar populations. Davao City is a little bit more populated than Cebu, but it's over like a really big area.
It's more populated?
Yeah, I always thought that Cebu City was the second biggest city, but it's really not. Yeah, the population of Davao City is more. But in Cebu City, it's really like everybody is in Cebu IT Park or Cebu Business Park. So everything's just in a small area. So it feels like there's so much traffic and, there's so many people. But Davao, if you look at just the geographic area, it's way bigger. And so there's more people there.
Okay, so what else you like about
Yeah, so
in Davao and Cebu?
Yeah, so Davao, things that stand out is they just seem to have a plan to just keep building the infrastructure over there, so it feels like they're really thinking to the present and the future.
Yes.
Whereas Cebu, I feel like they keep building up. Like there's so many new high-rise buildings here, but I don't see them adding more roads and stuff like that. So I really appreciate with Davao. It seems like they're really thinking about the infrastructure over there. Though I said Cebu people are so friendly, I really find that Davao people are also friendly once you get to know them.
Yeah, it takes time to for them to be able to give that genuine smile, you think?
Yeah. I think people in Davao and maybe Mindanao in general, it's just a very different feeling culture, at least to me as a foreigner over there. Yeah, it just might be me. Don't listen to me, people. I really found that people seem a little bit more conservative and reserved initially in Mindanao, and once you get to know them, they're very friendly and kind and
Yes.
everything the same as Cebu. But Cebu people feel immediately maybe a little bit more warm and friendly.
So how was the traffic? You know, the traffic differences between. I know Cebu is tropic, so I'm curious about Davao.
Yeah, well, my very first sentence that I learned in Bisaya is traffic kaayo sa gawas, which means like it's so much traffic outside.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I learned that as my very first sentence here, because in Cebu there's so much traffic.
Yes.
In Davao there is as well, but definitely not as much as Cebu. And I
Yeah.
think part of that is because the population is just spread over a much bigger area. But then I think the second thing as well is there's just more roads and more going on in Davao. There's definitely not as much like Grab taxis and things like that.
There's no Grab taxi in
There
there.
is, but like last year they just opened it up to Grab with like 200 licenses, and this year they're supposed to open up more. But try to find, like, if it's raining outside and you want to try to find a taxi in Davao.
There's no taxi in there?
Well, there's just not enough. So sometimes
okay.
I've just walked like 3 kilometers in the rain in Davao because I just gave up after like a
That's
couple
like
hours
a
of
movie,
waiting.
John.
It is a moving, yeah, like crying,
It's like a
walking down
movie.
the road alone in the rain, yeah, something like that.
So okay, like what are the transportation most people using as transportation in Davao?
I think it's same as Cebu, mostly jeepneys.
There's tricycle and jeepney.
There is, but like the tricycles only kind of like in back roads, so they don't allow them on the main roads.
Yeah.
Also kind of like Cebu City, which is good, but it seems like there's more transportation in Cebu City compared to Davao. And again, maybe that's just because everything's in such a small area in Cebu City.
Yes. What are the things that you notice that you kind of like you don't like and want to change it if you can?
Right. So let me think about that. Because I lived in Cebu longer,
Yes.
I feel like I'm kind of aware of more things that I don't like in Cebu. But I love Cebu.
Yeah.
Don't hate me, Cebu people. But I would say, definitely the traffic here really sucks. Like whether it's morning, afternoon, night, just feels like Cebu City's getting more and more congested with traffic.
Yes.
Yeah, like if you want to go somewhere slow, drive. If you want to get somewhere quick, walk, because there's that much traffic
Yeah,
here.
I think so.
Yeah, so I definitely am getting a little bit tired of the traffic here.
Yes. What else? What else you're tired about?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I think it is just thinking about things like lack of infrastructure and things like that. I really love Cebu, actually. So if I really have to think about things I don't like, also, there's a lot of trash and stuff like that, but I'm not the kind of, guy that cares that much about that. Like, I wouldn't not like a city because I see more trash. However, it's really nice in Davao to not see any trash.
So yes.
At all. Like,
Yes.
it's so clean there.
The
so.
traffic is the thing you want to change in Cebu.
I would say, yeah. I really love Cebu. I really don't have many complaints about things.
Everyone is complaining about traffic, John. So.
Yeah, all right. So I'm not giving you guys anything new.
What else?
Yeah. What else don't I like about Cebu City? That's a good question. Just being real, I can't really think of anything now. I'm sure your viewers might have a million things that they could contribute in the comments.
Yeah, guys, comment in the comment section. If you've been in Cebu, what are the things you want to change about Cebu?
Yeah.
Yes.
As soon as we end this video, I'll probably think of 30 things that I don't like about Cebu, but no, just kidding. But really, I really like it here overall. Davao, what I don't like, I mean, things really close down there pretty early, so it's not like I'm the kind of guy going out partying all the time, but if you ever do want to go out, everything closes there pretty early. Yeah, like by 1 o'clock, pretty much just everything shuts down. No more alcohol, no more. I know you're a party girl, so you're going to be so bored if you're there in Davao
party
City,
all
right?
night long.
That's right. So stay in Cebu, but Davao, I think, there's not that much I really don't like about there either. It's a great place.
So, in what are the things? Which places you can recommend to live? With listeners like you. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
So I would
Where
say
is
if people move to Cebu City, I would definitely consider Cebu IT Park. I have a condo that I have a renter in a place called Marco Polo, which is a little bit outside of the city in Cebu City. And now that I've come back from Davao, I'm living in Cebu IT Park. Before I didn't think I would like to live there, but now I would have to say after living there a little bit, I would recommend it just because you live there, there's, grocery market, mall, restaurants, nice places to walk, anything you want, all in just a really small area. Cebu Business Park is pretty nice as well. So I would definitely recommend if, people are considering Cebu City to live in either Cebu IT Park or Cebu Business Park. If you want a house, then there is some places in like Banalad and just surrounding areas that I would check out as well. I don't know why foreigners don't wind up in houses here that much, but...
Yeah, but I think, is that true, right? That foreigners can't buy a house.
That's true. They can't buy it, but they could rent.
They can rent,
yes.
Okay, a house, yeah. So, would you recommend IT Park or what are the other places
I would
for
say
the first timer?
First timers,
yes.
I would recommend Cebu IT Park as a first place to go.
Yeah.
Just because it's so compact, it's near Ayala Mall. Actually, there's the Ayala Mall in Cebu IT Park, which isn't that great. The better one is in Cebu Business Park. So another great option is there's condos like at Solanea, which is just right across from Ayala Business Park. I would definitely recommend there as well. But Business Park, unless you're going to the mall, it's not really a lot there. It's mostly just, office towers and stuff like that. But if you want to be close to Ayala Mall, check out Solanea or a condo that's close to there.
Yeah, so how about Davao? Would you recommend Davao as well at the same time?
Yeah, I definitely would recommend. So Davao is like a way more, geographically, large area. So I lived at a place and my business offices there are in a place called Bahada. So it's pretty central in Davao City and I really like it because if you want to go, one direction or the other, it's really central.
Yeah,
and there's
it's
also
near with the malls. And
so there's Ayala Abriza that's in Bahada and I lived a couple different condos while I was there. Close to Ayala Abriza, so that would definitely be my top recommendation is to be there. But if you go to SM Ecoland, another mall, it's a little bit lower prices there, but it's just far away.
Far away from the you can't easily reach out with the malls and restaurants.
Yes, well there is a lot of restaurants around SM Ecoland, but if you have to go to other parts of Davao, it might be like an hour. It's just so far.
Oh, that's an hour, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of find being in Davao City is kind of like if you're in Cebu and you have to travel to like Lapu-Lapu or, Mactan somewhere far, maybe even further to go from one end of like Davao City to the other.
So, in terms of transportation, what would you recommend having a car, having a motorbike, or a tricycle?
Tricycle. So for me, I think it's...
That's my thing, tricycle. Okay.
That's what you have, right?
No, I don't have any. Probably in the future, okay.
In the near future, tricycle. All right, guys, support Wang with the tricycle. That's what she needs.
Okay.
So, like a motorcycle is super convenient, and I think it's way safer to drive a motorcycle in Davao than Cebu.
Yeah.
You kind of take your own life in your hands in Cebu City, like walking across the street, driving, anything here. But I would say if you're gonna settle down in Davao, it's super convenient to have a car. And if you look at how much it costs to be paying for taxis every day compared to how much a car payment is, probably not that much different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would consider having a car in Cebu City as well. I got rid of my car because I didn't expect to come back to Cebu City quite so quick. But, I'm already thinking about getting a car here as well. Having a motorcycle is definitely lower cost. It's easier to get.
Yeah.
So I would definitely consider getting a motorcycle as well.
But be careful, yeah.
But be very careful because, it's really crazy to drive here.
Yes, I understand that. And how about the cost? Like the cost of the prices of the condos over in Davao and in Cebu?
Yeah, so I think that people mostly think, if I could also add Manila, that like Manila is the most expensive for condos, then Cebu, then Davao. But it's actually the opposite of that. Davao is the most expensive, then Cebu, then Manila.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not that you can't find really expensive condos in all of those places or very inexpensive in all of those places. But in Manila, there's just such a large supply of condos. In Cebu, there's also a lot, and in Davao, there's not that many. So because there's so few condos in Davao, and Davao hasn't had a lot of condos there for that long, they're just expensive. There's a high demand for them, which really drives the prices up. In Cebu City, there's definitely a lot of condos as well. So you're gonna always be able to get a deal if you work at it. And in Manila, there's a lot of condos just empty. So you could find even better deals.
Yeah, so okay. What would you recommend, like, for the foreigners that want to settle in Philippines, what they have to look first before they can kind of deciding, oh, this is my place,
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is don't listen to me.
Yeah,
Come
don't
over-
listen to him, just listen to me.
Yeah, listen to Wang, otherwise watch out. It's pretty strict sometimes, but I would say, maybe listen to videos like this and kind of get a general idea of what things are like, but then come over here yourself. Like, if you're going to spend 2 weeks over here, maybe spend a week in Cebu and a week in Davao, or do 2 trips. Spend a couple weeks in Cebu, come back later, spend a couple weeks in Davao. There's other places I haven't even been to, like Iloilo, that I keep hearing great things about, but I haven't been there. So go there and let me know what it's like. I would just say really take your time. Don't just listen to other people only, but really spend the time yourself, seeing what places are like, because not every city is for everybody. I love Davao, but I have some good friends that say, like, why do you like Davao? It's so boring there. And it is a little boring there, but I'm kind of a boring guy. I just work.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
Yeah.
So, before we're gonna talk about dating. Your dating experiences here in the Philippines.